Hello everyone and welcome back to Amity Bloom. My name is Nazi. I'm finally able to share the journals from the Winter Crystal collection. So in total there's going to be 4 journals and there's 2 of each. So 2 of the mint and 2 of the blue. They are all decorated the same on the inside and the only thing that's different is the cover. But they literally look like sisters. They're exactly the same but just a little bit different. And here are all of the journals. Ah! They're so big I can't even fit them on screen. And here's this one. So you can see they are very large journals. These are all 4 of them. So this one is the blue one and this one is the mint one. And the mint one, the one that's mint or mintier in color, I have the beautiful journal jewelry on it right now. This one does not, because when I do package and ship these to you guys, I take off all of the journal jewelry and I put them padded up so that they reach you nice and safely, since these are crystals and they're glass beads so they can break in the shipping. So I make sure to package those up. But I did want to show you how beautiful they look like on the side of the journal. They both have 2 signatures, 160 pages front and back. I wanted to take on this project a long time ago. I knew I wanted to begin experimenting with hand sewing and hand beading on my journal covers, and I want to start incorporating that technique into my journals. So I learned a lot of embroidery techniques that I haven't applied to my journals because I wasn't sure if anyone would really appreciate them on journal covers, since they do create more extravagant journal covers. But I wanted to experiment with it and I think I am in love. And all of the messages that I've been reading from you guys show me that you guys are in love as well. So this is going to be a new signature style of mine. They are very labor intensive, so I'm not going to be making them every month or so. It'll probably be every couple of months I will create more of these extravagant journal covers. But this was the journal that I wanted to end 2018 with, and I wanted to create sister journals, so the blue and the mint. And I just couldn't be more happy with the final result. It is a very dreary day today, so I hope that the shadows aren't getting in the way, but can you see just how it glistens? I like moving it because do you see that effect right there? Oh, that is the magic of sequins, and not just any sequins. These are my unicorn sequins, and a friend of mine in the comments, she mentioned that they look like opals, and that was exactly the look that I was going for. I wanted to bring in that crystal effect onto my journal covers, and then obviously using different types of embroidered laces with metallic threads woven into them. Beautiful fabrics. This one I showed on my video on how I created my journals. I showed a little glimpse of this fabric. And then all of this beading work I did as well. Let me zoom in. There you go. You can see it a lot better up close. All of that was done by me and by hand. And then there's this one. This one's the mint cover. You can really see all of the beading really well up close. And then obviously you can touch it, those of you who are the owners of these journals. There's just so much texture to hold and to feel. And then of course all of just the lusciousness hanging on the sides. So that's the main difference between both of the journal covers. This one is more blue and this one is more white and more mint. So they're both really beautiful. They both have that iridescent effect to them, as you can see. They're just so stunning. And what I actually ended up doing is all of these little sequins, the tiny ones, I pulled them apart from that really expensive like sweater piece that I showed you in my materials video. And I took them apart one by one, a little section of them, and I sewed them on the cover. And I just thought that was so nice and a nice little touch to add. So these are the journal covers. There are 2 of the mint and 2 of the blue, and I just can't stop touching them. I love this little lace here because it looks like snowflakes that are falling. Just the covers tell a story, and that's what I wanted to capture. I wanted to capture winter and crystals and put them and transfer them onto fabric. So let me put the blue one aside. All of them are decorated exactly the same on the inside, so the only thing different are the two different covers. So with the journal cover, it measures about 5 or 6 by 8.5, probably close to 9. It is a very large journal. Here's my hand, so it is pretty big. It's the biggest journal that I've ever made. And I do have 2 signatures in here. That's the spine, and then on the back, this is really fun. Do you see this little magical patch down here? What I'm going to do from now on my big textile art journals is, instead of putting my name, like Amity Bloom, on the back, I just feel weird about putting my name on your journals. I know a lot of you guys want me to have my name on the journals. I just feel weird doing that, so something that I'm going to do to put my signature on my textile art journals is I'm going to put a magical patch on the back. And depending on the journal and on the style of the journal and the fabrics used, I'm going to put a cute little patch on the back. It's a nice little and fun interactive bit to the journal. And all of the journals have that patch on the back as well. On the blue covers, you also have the patch as well. They all just glisten so lovely. So as you can see, there are so many beautiful journal charms on the sides. I want to zoom you guys close because some of these charms are quite special, and I want to show you what makes them a little bit more special than just the typical charm. All of them are made with beautiful crystals. This one here, hopefully you can see that design. It looks like a snowflake. My unicorn beads. This one here, I decided to make a cute little snowman out of beads. This one was my mother's favorite. She loved this because it's his little hat, his head, his little like belt, and the cute little snowman bottom. So everyone has a beautiful snowman crystal. Some more little beads and pieces. This one looks like frozen ice. So that lovely crystal effect. This one here is a snowflake, a crystal snowflake. This one here is very special. It looks like a heart, and it has the little dangles. And this is very special because it symbolizes the love that I put into the journal and the love that hopefully the recipient will feel when they open up their journal. And then this one here has some snow crystals. So there's a little bit of snow and some crystals and this beautiful little glass valve. All of these are made out of glass, so that's why I'm going to make sure that they're nice and protected when they're on their way to you. So now that you've seen the outside of the journal, it's time to look on the inside. This is what the journal looks like when you open it up. I decided to not include a pocket here because I really wanted the paper to shine. It's that same beautiful embossed paper from the Magnolia Rose collection. On the front page, I collaged different papers, and I actually made my own little stamp here. It's an old Scandinavian-inspired stamp, and it's a little tree with snow on the bottom. And it's textured too, which is really nice. This is that beautiful lace that I don't have much of. Super old, but super delicate. And I've just collaged sequins and laces on the bottom. And then on the very top, all of them come with this gorgeous beaded sequined snowflake. It's absolutely stunning and so beautiful in person. And so I decided to make them into paper clips. That way you can remove it and put it wherever you want, and you can use it to house very important things. And I made sure to put the paper clip right underneath it so that you did not see that it was a paper clip. You can hide the fact that it's a paper clip, and it just looks like a beautiful magical snowflake fell on top of your journal. So I love that little added element to the journals, and I love how it looks. There's so many little honeycomb pieces where you can journal on the back, and you have the fabric on the front. Nice little collages of fabrics and crystals and paper. This paper is actually from an old planner that I have from 1974 from the month of December, and it counts the days up to Christmas. So I thought that was really fun to include. And the original paper, it's ripping, it's really old, so I decided to photocopy it and include some of that paper in here. I just thought it would be really nice. Some really beautiful paper scraps. That here is the pocket. On the side, some gorgeous blue linens with some buttons and some collages with sequins. Some beautiful florals. You can color these in or just journal around it. I just love the effect that they give. Some of my collage tabs and some really beautiful clusters on the bottom. Tuck spots made out of paper collages. This right here is some beautiful wrapping paper that I turned into a floating pocket. So there's lots of floating pockets throughout the journal. Really pretty fabric collages on the side. This collage is one of my favorites because of the beautiful snowflake lace that I used. And this is some really elegant French lace. And it just pairs so well with the ruffles that I created on the side with my unicorn sequins that I love. Some more of those vintage pages. These tabs, they're so beautiful. They just glisten so much. And today is not even a sunny day and they're already shining so bright with their cute little snowman. This right here, I wanted to create one of my signature fabric flip outs, but I wanted to make it look as if snow was falling and the snowflakes are throughout the flip outs. And so this is the type of lace that I used, some gorgeous French lace that once I run out of this, I won't have any more. I was saving it for the linen and lace textile kit, but I couldn't resist and I needed to use it for my winter crystal journals. And then when you flip it up, you can do some secret journaling on the back and then some cute little collage clusters on the bottom. This is one of my favorite flip outs of all time because it's just so big and beautiful. This cute little fabric collage, so cute. Some book pages that have to do with December and some poetry having to do with December. Fabric tabs, little clusters. On random pages, I put a little bit, just a little bit of white paint, kind of smeared it on, just to give that effect of like snow throughout the pages, but I didn't do it too much, just in case you guys didn't like it. Some more collages here. This beautiful ruffle with some of my unicorn fabric, that opal fabric, and some buttons. This is that gorgeous snowflake lace. This really cute little cluster on the bottom. This is a really nice pocket where you can journal on the side or on the back and still have some space to put your ephemera in. I wanted to make sure that I didn't go crazy with pockets because I do want you guys to have so much room for journaling. This tab is very special because I actually beaded some Swarovski crystals on there, and you'll see in person, you can feel them, and they just glisten so lovely when you put them under the sun. And of course, some clusters here and that beautiful snowflake charm, that snowflake crystal charm. This is the other side of the 1974 like planner paper. And December the 15th, it's actually my brother's birthday, so that's kind of fun to know, at least for me. Here on this page, I created a side flip out with some of my beautiful linens that I have. I just love including little bits of fabric like this. It makes your journal that much more special, and when you put different elements onto it, it just looks so beautiful with all the layers. Here is a pocket made and collaged out of some papers, and in here I like to keep another one of the little honeycomb fabric pieces that you can journal on the back, and it just tucks nice in there. I love this paper. This is so beautiful. You can journal on here as well, which is what I love. I love making papers or pockets out of papers that you can journal on and then also use as like a text spot. So you get the best of both worlds. You can see some of that beautiful embossed paper in the middle. And then the start of the second signature is a fabric pocket, and I sewed it on top of some book paper, some really old book papers that had to do with fairy tales. So this says Through Fairy Halls, and I did have to reinforce it because it's wicked old. And I wanted to make sure that I incorporated it in the journal. I believe all of them have some type of illustration from the book as well. So it's really beautiful. Some authentic ledger pages. I love including these in my journals. This is a scanned copy of some vintage cross-stitch patterns that have to do with Christmas. You can see here candy cane using red. You can use this fabric with white stitches, and I just love how it says the directions as well. So I created that into a pocket, and you can actually journal on here as well. Some more of my decorative paper that you saw in the previous video. I was really excited about my paper. Some more fabric collages and a beautiful tag. I created a lot of different tags made out of fabric and paper, and you can of course journal on the back of them. And so they are going to be put throughout the journal. And I also have a lot of ephemera that I made that I'm not sharing in the video because I want it to be as a Christmas surprise for those who do purchase the journal. I also created some really fun sequined acetate elements. So I will be filming a video on that. On a tutorial on how I created that very soon. Something else is that all of the journals come with a couple packages of like Advent, so you can open them on different days on December. And inside you have little bits and pieces that were handmade by me that you can add to your journals, and you can also use them in your home. So it's a little extra gift that I wanted to give you guys for the final journal collection of the year, and because it's close to Christmas, I want it to be like a Christmas gift. This ruffle just melts my heart, you guys. The fabrics that I used just look so elegant, and if you notice, I never repeat the same fabric twice, especially with my tabs and my ruffles. I'm very picky in that way. I don't like to repeat the same fabric base twice. A really beautiful rose lace tab, and it has your little snow crystals. If you have kids or dogs that like to eat everything, make sure you keep the charms away from them because they are made out of glass. And my dog loves eating little bits of paper and fabric, and I'm sure he would love to chew on some glass beads. So make sure you keep those away from children and small dogs. And then on the paper clip, I have some more floating pockets made out of that gorgeous paper. It's just so stunning. Some of my favorite vintage pages that I just love putting in my journals. Another one of my favorite ruffles. Some more vintage papers. This is the other flip out, and all of the flip outs are in the middle of the signatures. And I've also, hopefully you can see it, I've applied sequins on some of the pieces of this lace. You can also flip it out and do secretive journaling, but I just wanted to make it look as if there were snowflakes on the lace. I love that. We're almost done, you guys. We're almost done. Some more pockets with clusters, and in the pocket I had this really cute little fabric honeycomb that you can journal on the back, and some beautiful embossed blue wrapping paper. This is one of my favorite wrapping papers. I saved it from last year. This is some beautiful and elegant French lace. This is one of my precious lace heirlooms. I decided because it is the last journal of the year, I wanted to put some really beautiful elements into it. I love the effect that it gives, and it just dangles off the side of the page, which I love that because it makes your journal look like there's so many different elements and dimensions inside of it. This little cluster is making me so happy with the snowflake and the crystals, the sequins, the laces and the linens, and then that beautiful charm that I made. I hope that you guys can see all the love that goes into making these journals. I honestly, whenever I make a journal, it makes me so happy. I love what I do, and I'm never going to stop because it just brings so much happiness to me. And it makes me even more happy that you guys love it as well, because then that is even more of a reason to continue. So these are some vintage music pages. I did reinforce it because it's really old and I did not want it to break in half. And then I created some more little clusters on the side with some beautiful snowflake lace. And I just love how this all looks layered up with each other. This gorgeous ruffle and this really cute little snowflake button. Another little paper collage on the side that also serves as a little text spot. And then this is your ledger that just flips out for a lot of journaling space. Another little cluster up at the top, and the other piece of that vintage book fairy tale paper on the back. And then this is the back of the journal. And then the very back has that beautiful little magical patch. And that is the finished journal collection. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed taking a peek into my winter crystal collection. I wanted to create something very special and magical. I really hope that this made you guys take a second look at Christmas journals. Let me put all the beautiful journals together so that you can see the gorgeous winter crystal magicalness. This is the entire winter crystal collection, the 2 mint and the 2 blue. All of them will be embellished with the beautiful journal jewelry, and they will all be packaged with beautiful ephemera, the gorgeous little snowflake paper clip, and everything else that's going to be included in the collection. So all of these journals, I did offer them as a pre-order a couple of days ago. So far, I have a lot of people that are interested. Most of them, if not all of them, will already be set aside and reserved. However, if I have one available, then I will definitely make sure to put it in my Etsy shop today at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will make sure to let you guys know in the comment section below if all of the journals have been pre-ordered or if I do have one or a couple available. So definitely make sure you check the comment section for my notification. The great news is if you loved this collection and you unfortunately could not purchase a journal, I am going to be coming up with some fabric bundles and some really cute holiday goodies that will be in shop next week or in a week and a half. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. I truly hope that you guys loved every single part of this collection, from seeing the materials that I used, seeing the magical process of taking fabrics, sequins, and beads and turning it into something like this. So, of course, my wonderful Amity Bloom family, I hope that you guys have an amazing day filled with peace and love, and I will talk to you guys very soon. Stay warm and stay cozy and stay creative. I love you all and talk to you soon. Bye-bye.